So I'm going to begin by showing you what a full Chaturanga Dandasana looks like. So a Chaturanga Dandasana is a yogi push-up. You start with your arms about shoulder width apart, your feet are tucked back, you're in a plank pose, with the belly pulling in and the spine in a nice extended position. From here, you shift slightly forward, not too much, and you begin to lower, keeping your whole body in one straight line. From there you lower down, lifting up into Cobra, or you would go into a full upward facing dog. What I tend to see happen is, and maybe you guys will think that this is one of you, is what I tend to see happen is people lower down either like this, keeping their bum lifted, or they tend to lower down like this, with their belly sagging, okay? Neither of those are recruiting all of the muscles which we really need to create this posture safely and efficiently within the body. So I want to begin by just talking about your actual placement of your body, okay? So the first thing I will always ask my students to do before they even attempt to do Chaturanga when I'm explaining it is to place their knees onto the floor, and we're going to do half Chaturanga. This really allows you to feel what you need to do in your upper body without the worry of having to support or stabilize the whole length, okay? So from here I want you to place your hands at shoulder widths apart. We're going to begin to take the knees to around a 45-degree angle. So you can see here that my knees are actually behind my hips. So I'm in a baby plank. So if you lift up, you can see I would be in a plank. I'm just going to lower my knees straight down. I'm going to keep my belly pulling in and my ribs are reaching towards my hips. So I'm really engaged in my center. From here, I'm going to begin to very slowly begin to shift a little bit forward, not much at all, just a very small amount. And I'm going to begin to lower my body weight, drawing my elbows into my sides. So I don't want my elbows to go out like this. I want them to move back in line with my ribs. I'm going to lower all the way down, keeping my bum engaged, and then I'm going to press back up. Now I really like to work this press back up because it actually helps to build the same muscles that you need to lower down in the different movement, making the movement completely rounded, okay? And we're going to do that again. We're going to lower all the way down, engaging through the back. Feel that belly pulling up, engage through the bum. And we're going to press back up. And we're going to do that once more. Lower all the way down, really slow. Keep the gaze forward. And we're going to press back up. So I really encourage my students just to practice those. They are actually just tricep press-ups, okay? That's all a Chaturanga is it's generally a tricep press-up, okay? But they're really good in helping you feel what you need to do in your upper body, the support that is needed in your upper body, without having to take all of the weight from your legs and your core, okay? Now once you feel very comfortable in that position and you're able to lower your whole body, staying in that horizontal line, and that is really important, that we're not lifting the bum up or sagging down through the ribs, you can begin to work the same motion but in full Chaturanga, okay? So from here, extend up, lift it through the shoulders, slight shift forward so that you've got a little bit of weight into the fingers but not much. And then from here, you're going to engage through the bum, back to the legs, lift the knees away from the floor, and lower down. And then from here, extend back up. And we're going to do that again, lower down. Keep lifting, hover, and extend back up. Okay? So those I also like to get my students to practice full Chaturanga lowers and lifts. You'll really feel the shoulders and the arms start to work, and you'll really start to build the strength to be able to perform that motion and that movement of a Chaturanga really efficiently and safely. What I don't want you to do when you put your knees down on the floor is this action. So you have your hands down, your hips, can you see how my hips are stacked above my knees? So what happens here, if we try and do this position in hands and knees position with our hips stacked above our knees, you'll see what happens here. It's actually impossible to lower my torso to the floor in a horizontal line. So this is why you really need to have the shift of weight forward, making sure that those knees or the upper thighs are at a 45-degree angle. If you want to really work your chaturanga and you want to take a little bit of a challenge, I get some of my students to use blocks, placing the blocks onto the floor and moving into a full plank position. From here, you can either have the blocks at the smallest interval, or you can lift them onto a higher interval. And from this place, you're going to inhale, and you're going to exhale, begin to lower all the way down past your hands, and then from here, push back up. We're going to lower down, engage here, pull the elbows in, lift through the belly, push back up. Okay? So what that does is it trains a little bit more motion in your chaturanga and gives you a little bit more extension through the arms and makes it a little bit harder to push away from the floor. I hope that was useful for you, and if you have any other questions about your Chaturanga Dandasana, please leave them below in the comment box, or write me a direct DM either on here on YouTube or on my Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe for other tutorials, and have a lovely day.